Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome here to Goroka, Papua New Guinea. My wife Chelsea and I are heading down to Port Moresby today on an hour-and-a-half flight. So let's go ahead and get started. Headers on, fuel pump on, turn our fuel on and low start. So oil pressure comes in and we're over 14% NG. We'll introduce our fuel. And making sure that we don't have a hot start. Let's go up really slow today and just peak out at 689. Fuel pump off. We don't have a start car today, so I can go ahead and flip on my generator, my alternator, my aux bus now. Go ahead and start up with our checklist for takeoff. Fuel caps and selectors. Our fuel's already set in. Controls, all good. Our TAWs will leave enabled for now. Our switches and instruments will go up to 17,000 feet today. 6,100 pounds will rotate at 58 and 68. There's a chance it'll be raining when we get to Moresby today. That's what the forecast is saying. Brook Tower, good morning. November Tango Zulu, request taxi Moresby, 2 POB.
Tango Zulu, roger, taxi 417 left and a back for the lineup 1020.
1020, put the backtrack lineup 17 left, November Tango Zulu. We'll be 50 knots by that taxi right there, otherwise we'll board on the runway. After takeoff, we'll pitch for 85 knots. Consider EPL, consider feather. We'll go straight ahead unless we're really up over 1,500 to 2,000 feet. At that point, we'll probably just be looking for the best place to land. 85, then 80 full flaps. Emergencies will call up tower and masters and crack our door. November Tango Zulu, ready for departure.
Tango Zulu, left hand clear for takeoff.
Left hand clear for takeoff, November Tango Zulu. Ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses 1330. We'll rotate at 58. Speeds alive, there's 50, continuing. There's rotate. That bird up there, so I'm going to keep down a little bit for a second. We climbed up to 17,000 feet today. Initially pitched for 85 knots. Still up over 500 feet. Then we'll just kind of nose over and get our speed up a little bit higher. So anyways, yeah, Chelsea, I've taken her out on a flight before out to Yambai Talk and back with you guys once before, but that was like 6 months ago or so. Brook Tower, November Tango Zulu, departed time 13, tracking 147 on climb 17,000, estimating over at Ombog 46.
Tango Zulu, behind you Alpha number, uniform will be via Ombog Israel on climb flight with 370. Contact Moresby 1207 5 miles.
Copy Alpha November uniform 1207 or 6622 15 miles. November Tango Zulu, good day.
Yes, sir.
We'll go up to 17,000, so we'll have to put on oxygen as well once we get up a little bit higher. So I might as well just start getting it.
November Tango Zulu,
go ahead, November Tango Zulu.
From the center for you to remain OCT initially. Flight service will advise you of your clearance.
November Tango Zulu. Moresby 1207, November Tango Zulu, transfer.
November Tango Zulu, this is Moresby, go ahead.
November Tango Zulu, 15 miles to the southeast of Goroka. Passing 1,600 on climb 17,000. Copy Alpha November uniform. Estimating Ombog 46.
November Tango Zulu. No additional reported traffic from Moresby Radar. Remain OCTA, 754 clearance.
Remain OCTA and standing by for clearance, November Tango Zulu. So that means we can't go into that airspace until they've given me clearance, which hopefully shouldn't be an issue, I hope. It looks like it's going to be really nice flying down there. It's supposed to be like scattered clouds to broken clouds at like 1,600 feet and like a light drizzly rain when we get there. So maybe we'll shoot the approach in there, and hopefully they don't give me too much hassle. Anyways, yeah, if you're wondering, she is wearing oxygen. You just can't see it. It's not like this big, huge, mustachy one, so. Anyways, the reason why I'm heading down to Port Moresby on a Saturday is because I've got a Cairns flight next week. And that video will probably have already come out before this video, but yeah, I'll be flying down to Australia next week and picking up just a load of cargo. So the whole plane is empty right now. We'll fill it up with like 700 kgs of cargo and fly back. So I'll fly down there, and the same day I'll turn back around and come right back. So it's 3 hours down and 3 hours back. Alpha November uniform should be flying over top of us any minute. Alpha November uniform, he's on the same track going to Moresby as well. He's already at like 20,000 feet.
November Tango Zulu, Moresby appearance.
November Tango Zulu, go ahead.
November Tango Zulu, 86 clearance to enter control area. Track Gorka on board my plane to Moresby, enter 17000, code 0420.
Put it in a control airspace, Gorka Ombog, MIPA, then flight plan route 17000, squawk 0420. Thank you, November Tango Zulu. Alright.
November Tango Zulu, stand by for transfer.
November Tango Zulu. 0420, and just verify 0420 is right there. Okay, well, I'm so glad that they gave it to me now. Sometimes, if they can't find your flight plan, like sometimes they'll just be like, yeah, you just can't enter until you have a flight plan. I always use a pulse oximeter, and I recommend anybody that flies over 10,000 feet, especially by themselves, to pick one of these up. I have some links on my website. I don't sell them, and they're just affiliate links, but basically kind of the same thing that I have here. But just stick it on your finger. It tells you how much oxygen your blood is absorbing. And then it also tells your pulse rate. There you go. Why don't you put your finger in there and see what it reads. Why do you do that? 99.
What do you mean? Is that good? Is that bad?
100% means that you're like, that's what I am at sea level, is 100%. That's like your body.
And asthma.
Well, I don't know. You do better than I do.
Okay.
Like, I never get higher than like, unless I'm like not talking, not doing anything, and I'm just sitting here, I can get up to like 94, 95. Can't get any higher than that. And then even where we live at 4,000, I'm at like 94 all the time. Old. I just don't absorb oxygen. I don't know. I don't breathe very good, I don't think.
Deep breathe. Good.
Oh, I don't do that.
Tango Zulu, contact Moresby Radar 119.3 now.
119.3 now, November Tango Zulu. Moresby Radar, November Tango Zulu.
Tango Zulu, Moresby Radar.
November Tango Zulu, passing 16,700 on climb 17,000. Estimating Ombog time 45.
Tango Zulu, Moresby Radar, Roger.
I'm sorry, say again last, I missed that.
Tango Zulu, not yet identified, report again, Ombog.
Report again, Ombog, November Tango Zulu. I hate when the stupid plane like chimes right as they're talking, and then it's like so loud that you can't even hear what they're saying. We're just leveling off at 17,000. Once we get up there and our speed gets up to probably 118, 119 knots indicated, then I'll start bringing my ITT back to 700, where we'll keep it at all the way down. My headset's starting to go bad, I think. These little earpieces, the wires aren't long enough. Then when you like put it in your ear and you put it in every single day, after like 500 hours of use, these things like start going bad. This is like the third time I've had to have it fixed.
That's so strange.
Yeah, so 500 hours, that's probably what I do in a year. So every year I have to get these things shipped off to get them fixed. We're indicating 119. I'll bring my ITT back on down to 700. If you're interested in getting some sunglasses for flying or for anything else, these ones are really cool. They're designed to like go underneath your headsets, nice and smooth underneath of them. And you can take them on and off just because it slides in. Anyways, they're glass lenses. They're non-polarized, so you can still fly with G1000s. I know some polarized you can still do it, but these ones don't have any issues. They're glass lenses, so they're scratch resistant. Anyways, I've been using these now for like almost a year now. I've got them on my website, so if you guys are interested in picking up the same ones, or actually the ones like her as well, she has a little bit different ones, just the classic aviators. I also have those that actually are polarized. We just dropped down from 17,000 to 15,000 because we're picking up some icing. We're almost up to MIPA now, and just looking ahead with as much moisture and clouds as are ahead, there's a good chance that I'm going to have to drop back down even lower to probably 13,000. The outside temperature is still 1 degree Celsius, so we're kind of in that prime area for picking up icing. We didn't get a lot, but it was building up quick enough that if we would have just stayed up there in that overcast right above us, by now it would have been quite a bit. We go ahead and start listening to our ATIS.
Port Moresby Airport, information Bravo. Time 0042 Zulu. Runway 14. Wind 150 degrees, 5 knots. Maximum 15 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Haze. Temperature 27. Dew point 24. QNH 1012. Cloud. View 1,500 feet. Broken above 5,000 feet. Acknowledge information Bravo.
Looks like it should be fine. Won't have to shoot the approach in, so that's kind of a bummer because I was actually looking forward to it. And we'll see if this is going to work or not at 15,000. I don't think it's going to. Well, we might be able to squeeze through some of these layers and not have to go through any clouds to pick up icing. If you're wondering, oh, why can't you just get icing on your stuff? It's because this plane's not ready to do that. We don't have any de-icing boots, we don't have anything on our prop or anything. All we have is our pitot heats, which is basically like a 172, so it doesn't have anything. And also, if you're thinking, oh, then why don't you just go down? Well, I've been cleared at this altitude into their airspace, so then I have to call them up and they have to re-clear me down into another lower altitude. I just can't just drop on down now that I'm in their airspace. It's not like just flying around the rest of PNG.
Bright when you're in the clouds.
I know it is.
Like hurts your eyes.
I remember the very first time I went through a cloud. After I had my IFR rating, it was the first time I ever went into a cloud by myself, and I was like, wow, it's so bright in here, and I was so distracted, and it was like kind of like misting and raining, and it was just, I didn't know really what to expect. So yeah, if you're doing your IFR training, find an instructor that will take you into clouds as much as you possibly can so that you can get the experience that you need to, so that you're not like me and you're doing it by yourself the first time. I mean, I was already rated and I had my rating, but it was just lots of new experiences that I really wasn't expecting or didn't even know what to expect. Moresby Radar, November Tango Zulu, requesting 13,000, do icing if possible.
November Tango Zulu. Descend 13,000.
Descend 13,000, November Tango Zulu. Alright, well, it's just not working out here. I kind of figured it would. When I looked at the weather this morning and they were saying that it'd have clouds and stuff, I was like, it's just not going to work at 17,000, but they were picking up that much, but I don't really feel like sitting up here until we pick up. I think that should get us out all the way up there. The rest of the way? Yeah, that's nice. Moresby Radar, November Tango Zulu, maintaining 13,000.
November Tango Zulu, 1 ready to send 10,000, QNH 1012.
1 ready to send to 10,000, 1012, and I've got information Bravo.
November Tango Zulu.
Go ahead and start her down to, let's see, 1012. Come on down to 10,000, and we can go ahead and start our slow descent down to there. That way it warms up for Chelsea in here. It'll get really hot and humid here in a few minutes. Start our checklist now. Our selectors, our fuel selectors up there, and our brakes are good. Our TAWs and yaws. Our yaw dampener we don't ever use in this airplane. Our TAWs is just our terrain awareness system. Our VREF, some of you guys have asked, like I have these on my website now for you guys to buy, and they asked if I could explain what each one is. So, anyways, it's a little bit different, but I have this exact same one on there, except I have gear as well on it, because in case you fly a plane that has retractable gear. But anyways, VREF is basically your approach speed over the threshold. We use VREF as just what we use for full approach, just because we come in at slower airspeeds, and we actually fly what would be considered VREF all the way down the approach. So in some planes like a 152 and stuff, you just fly it the same every time, no matter what the weight is. But in the Kodiak, we actually adjust it depending on our weight, how much fuel we have on board. Our lights, our landing light, we can flip on now. We're just passing through 10,000. Then our inlet, which is our engine inlet, it has basically an inlet that comes in, and then we have a bypass. So when we're takeoff and landing, in case you suck up a bird or grass or rocks or anything else, it's going to just come right back out the bottom of the aircraft. We'll do inlet when we slow down a bit. For abort in our emergency procedures, abort is basically if we had to go around. Emergency procedures would be, you know, if we were maybe shooting an approach or something, we had to go around.
November Tango Zulu, contact Jackson straight on 125.8.
125.8. Good day, November Tango Zulu.
Good day.
Jackson Radar. November Tango Zulu, 10,100 on descent, 10,000.
November Tango Zulu, Jackson Radar, good day, descend to 6,000, and you can expect a visual straight in, runway 14 right.
Descend to 6,000, expect a visual 14 right, November Tango Zulu. It looks like it should be visual down there. So it's actually a lot better weather than they were forecasting it to be. Our prop and harness, our propeller, we have it right now in our cruise configuration at 2,000 RPM. We'll push it forward, which would be like our takeoff or landing. And then our harnesses, just our seatbelt harnesses up here. When you undo it, you can move around when you lock it. It's just, it has like a inertial wheel where it locks anyways if you go fast, but that just for sure locks it. Lastly, we have flaps and then landing clearance.
November Tango Zulu, descend to 2,500, report visual.
Descend to 2,500 and visual this time, November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu, roger, your clear visual approach for a straight in, runway 14 right, contact tower, 181, 10 miles.
Clear for the straight in, visual 14 right, contact tower 10 miles, November Tango Zulu.
I like getting warm in here. Thawing.
What's that?
It's thawing.
You're thawing. Jackson Tower, November Tango Zulu, 10 miles, visual 14 right.
November Tango Zulu, Jackson Tower, runway 14 right, continue approach.
Continue approach, 14 right, November Tango Zulu. But we're going to be landing at 5,700 pounds, so 65 knots is going to be our landing speed, or VREF.
November Tango Zulu, QNH 1011, runway 14 right, clear to land.
1011, 14 right, clear to land, November Tango Zulu. 3 miles, and then I'll start reducing everything down, just to give myself some time to slow down right before over the numbers. All right, there's 3 miles. Reduce my power. Push the prop forward. We'll probably float a while because we'll be going quite a bit faster than normal.
Alpha Tango Romeo, maintain 7,000, maintain runway 80. Contact radar airborne, clear for takeoff.
Maintain 7,000, maintain runway heading, radar airborne, clear for takeoff, Alpha Tango Romeo.
Oh, they're actually letting him take off before I land. This is unheard of here in Papua New Guinea. Unheard of. Full flaps, checklist is complete. Go all the way down to idle.
Traffic, 9 o'clock, same altitude, 0 miles.
Jackson's ground, November Tango Zulu, Foxtrot for MF hangar.
November Tango Zulu ground, morning, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, November Tango Zulu. Thanks again, guys, for taking the time to watch. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a comment down below. Like I said, I'll be getting this plane ready this afternoon to head on down to Cairns, Australia, later next week. So, thanks again. See you next time.